Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number 3 of the 2024 Pan American Cup. And now, please welcome the players. Representing Canada, Edward Lee. And representing Puerto Rico, Daniel Gonzalez.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Pan American Cup men's singles semifinals here in Corpus Christi, Texas. My name is Jimmy Butler. Great to have all of you with us here today. And we start off with the first match of the day. Daniel Gonzalez from Puerto Rico, world rank number 156, against Edward Lee from Canada, world ranked number 183.
Stop.
0-1. 2-0.
And that's a chop smash. Let's take a replay. Watch this finish right there. We call that a chop smash. You don't see those very often. The ball's at the right place of the table, short to the net and high. You'll see athletes do that occasionally. Much more difficult to bring that kind of ball back than a normal smash. But those chop smashes are really only feasible when that ball's high and short to the net. Both of these athletes similar in style. You can't look at either one and say, hey, he's great on his forehand, or he's great on his backhand, or he's great on his serve, but they're just kind of solid everywhere. Great all-around games. No big weaknesses anywhere. If I were to pick a strength of Edward Lee, I would say it was that shot right there. He's strong on his forehand side. Not afraid of speed there, and you saw how he just re-looped that ball with a really nice speed stroke. A speed stroke means a stroke with short technique.
3-4.
You're going to see these athletes do two kind of strokes. They have power strokes. That means a longer stroke, and a power stroke doesn't mean you're necessarily always hitting it with power, but it's a longer stroke. Kind of stroke you see if someone's lobbing and they smash it or loop the smash. And then you'll see what's called a speed stroke. When the ball's going very fast, they go to their shorter strokes because you can't afford to do long strokes when the ball's fast. You don't have time for that. So the athletes in today's game that can do the shortest stroke while generating the most speed and power have an advantage. The shorter your stroke is, the more time you have to get ready for the next shot. So we've seen over the years in table tennis, the sport has really evolved where athletes are learning how to shorten their strokes up better and better. They use very little arm, but they're very good at using their legs and their waist. You'll see them twist and turn their waist and get low and use their leg strength in order to generate most of their power. And that was a nice serve there by Gonzalez. He got Lee to pop it up, and that's the goal of the server. You either want your opponent to miss it outright, or you're hoping he pops it up, makes a very passive receive. And that was a good rally there. What you're trying to keep your opponent from doing when you serve is you don't want him to come in and use that banana flick and get a lot of force on it. It's okay if he banana flicks it passively and without a lot of pace. Those aren't so difficult to deal with, but when they come in with a lot of force, you don't want that to happen. And see, there's another great example of a good serve. Lee tricked Gonzalez on the spin. That was a side top spin short serve. Gonzalez thought it had more side chop on it. He misread it, popped it off the end.
6-8.
Talking to a couple athletes in this tournament last night. Sid Naresh from Team USA was one of them. And Jishan Liang, another American. We were talking about Edward Lee. I said he loves to serve deep. He probably serves deep more often than any other athlete in this tournament. So look for a lot of deep serves from Lee in this match.
9-7.
And that was a nice receive there from Gonzalez. Kept that ball low. Was able to keep Lee from putting pressure on him with a third ball attack. And was able to get that point. And there's a great serve by Lee.
8-10.
Changing the spin up throughout this game. That time he loaded it up with a heavy side chop. Gonzalez dumped that ball into the net.
Let.
And that was a really good serve there by Gonzalez. Completely fooled Lee. Lee popped that ball up, and that was an easy finish. And Gonzalez within 1 point to tie this game. And Gonzalez wins 2 points in a row on his serve. Let's see what Lee does here at deuce. Is he going to throw that deep serve in? We saw him serve deep several times in deuce games yesterday. No, he goes with the short no spin. Totally fooled Gonzalez. Gonzalez thought that ball had underspin on it, but it was mostly no spin. And Lee wins the first game 12-10 and takes a 1-0 game lead in this match. Look at a couple replays from that last game. Two nice forehands there from Gonzalez. There was that no spin short serve that fooled Gonzalez. Gonzalez thought it had more spin on it and dumped it off the end of the table. Now we look at the placement charts for that last game. A lot of serves to the short backhand of Lee by Gonzalez. You see most athletes serving to that short forehand. So in that first game, both athletes had a lot of difficulty with each other's serve. That's not unusual when these matches start. These guys don't practice with each other, so they're not really used to each other's serves. But as this match goes on, they'll start getting more used to each other's serves, and you'll start seeing the rallies pick up. And there's another miss off the serve. We saw a lot of that in that first game. And that was a nice receive there by Lee. Gonzalez put that ball in the exact same spot twice. And Lee said, I can handle this second one. And there's the deep serve of Lee. Testing Gonzalez down the line. That's one of the most dangerous places to serve. You won't see an athlete do that very often. They're more likely to serve to the middle or backhand corner of the receiver. And that was a great job by Lee, locating that ball in the right place with his backhand. He put it right into the body of Gonzalez. When you can get speed on the ball, that's the best place to win points in table tennis, right into your opponent's body. And that's a nice serve there by Gonzalez, causing Lee to have to backstep. It's not wise to play to your opponent's middle within a rally if you don't have much pace on it, because he's going to easily take a step and get his big forehand in. But if you can put pace on the ball, going into their body is one of the best places to play. And if you can't go into their body, the next best place are the wide angles of the table. The problem with the wide angles is it's a much more difficult shot to make, and it also depends where your opponent put the ball. But no matter where you are on the table, you can always put the ball into the body of your opponent with relative ease. That's a good receive there by Gonzalez. He cut that ball with his forehand really wide to the Lee backhand, and Lee was stepping around, but it went so wide he didn't expect that angle. And see, there's Gonzalez. He stepped around, had exactly what he wanted, and he was going to aim that ball right into the body of Lee. He just made an unforced error there. It's another unforced error from Gonzalez. That was a nice serve. Lee popped it up. That's a relative gimme shot right there that he blew off the end of the table. Gonzalez went to the same serve. Lee did a little bit better job of receiving it, but it was still a passive receive. Not really much pace on it. Gonzalez able to put that one away.
On the high serve, the ball is going behind your head. So you're blocking with your head. This one? The high toss. That one that you just did.
So umpire Dan Reynolds from Texas having a talk with Lee about his serve. Didn't like something about it. What I thought I heard is he felt like Lee was hiding the ball behind his head on the high toss, which is an interesting call because I haven't really heard that before, and he may be, Reynolds is correct. That high toss actually goes behind the head of Lee. I lost visual with the ball momentarily, and then when it comes down, I see it again once his head gets out of the way. I don't think I've ever seen an athlete with a high toss where his head hides it like that. So interesting and correct call by Dan Reynolds. Now the question is Lee going to be able to change that? Because he serves like that his whole career. He's probably never been called for that little detail, and it's hard to just change that in the middle of a match. And now you're hearing the vocal cords of Daniel Gonzalez pumped up after winning that point. He's down a game. And he doesn't want to go down 2 games. And you're hearing it.
Let.
Great serve. That ball was so low to the net. Lee loaded it up, heavy side chop. And when those balls are so low to the net like that, you have less margin of error as a receiver.
7-9.
That's the danger of banana flicking without enough pace right into the forehand side of your opponent. It may have looked like a decent receive out there to the viewers, but it didn't have a lot of pace on it. That was easy pickings for Lee.
Seven, 10.
Lee says that ball came off the edge of his racket there. So a little bit of fortune for Lee. And he has a 10-7 lead.
Game 2.
And Lee
Mr. Lee,
wins the second game,
11-7.
11-7, and leads this match 2-0. And let's look at a couple replays from that second game. There's that great heavy side chop serve there by Lee. And there's another one. So expect to see Lee do some more of that in this third game. And now we look at the placement charts for game 2.
Game 3. Mr. Lee to serve. 0-0.
Go!
0-1.
So expect to see Gonzalez this game even more emotional. Keep this game close or take a lead. So when you're down 2-0 as an athlete, you're kind of feeling like you almost have to win the third game. Very rarely do any athletes come back from a 3-0 deficit.
2-1.
It certainly happens, but it's probably less than 10%. So Gonzalez desperately needs to get on the board with a game win here.
2,
That was a
3,
nasty
1, 3.
receive there. Lee loaded that ball up with side spin. You know, there's a couple ways to banana flick the ball. You can kind of go straight forward into the ball and create a lot of force and topspin, or you can take pace off the ball and create a lot of side top.
3, 2.
And there's the deep serve of Lee. And you know his opponents know he serves deep a lot, so they're certainly ready for it.
2.
But it's very apparent that Lee practices the deep serve and playing off the deep serve a lot. He's very comfortable with the rhythm of his opponent attacking his deep serve. We got a timeout from Gonzalez. That last ball are the kind of shots he needs to make to get back into this match.
Tiene, lleva, cuando le doy, yo lo veo que él le da. Cuando le doy, siento que lleva un cojón de peso. Mientras estoy intentando darle para arriba. Yo lo que veo es que el codo se te levanta un poco. Si tú ves que lleva un cojón, y cambiar el ritmo de la pelota. ¿Entiendes? Si tú le metes una buena rotación con calidad y te pueden ubicar después en el centro, puedes jugar. Pero te veo que estás dándole demasiado rápido, entonces no está entrando.
5.
Vamos. Go, dale. Go.
Go! 6-2.
You're hearing some emotion out of Lee, because just as desperate as Gonzalez is to try to win this game, Lee as well knows that if he can take a 3-0 lead, that is close to a knockout blow.
3-6-3.
Good job by Gonzalez coming out of that timeout, stringing together a few points. Only trails by 1 this game.
6-6.
And a nice point 1 there by Gonzalez, and it all started with a great deep serve. Reverse pendulum deep into the backhand of Lee. Had all the 3 qualities of a deep serve you want to have. You want the ball to be low, you want the ball to be fast, and you want the ball to have good length. You want that ball to land as close to the white end line of your opponent as you can. And that's a great body blow there by Lee. That's exactly how to do it. He stepped around and put that ball right into the body of Gonzalez. Gonzalez couldn't even touch it. If you play those balls to your opponent's racket, more oftentimes than not, that ball will come back, and it's a lot easier for your opponent to react. And there was a good example when Lee went around, he couldn't get a lot of pace on it, so he had to play into the racket of Gonzalez, so he played right to his backhand. That was an easy defensive shot there for Gonzalez. So when you're trying to finish your opponent off within a point with pace, you always want to go into their body or to the wide angles of the table. There's a body blow right there by Gonzalez. So both of these athletes showing you how it's done on those finishing shots.
Ay! 9-7.
Gonzalez yesterday played so well, limiting his unforced errors. Today, not so well doing that. We've seen a lot of unforced errors from Gonzalez.
9-8.
Talk about what makes some of these great players like Adriana Diaz, Amy Wong, Lily Jung, Runa Takahashi, 2 top seeds in the men's and women's. In the Pan American region, and one quality they all have is they make very few unforced errors. And here's a replay in that finishing forehand there by Lee. They make very few unforced errors. That means they're not missing your serves very often. They're not blowing their first opening very often. They're not missing their first blocks very often. They're able to get into the point more times than not. And Lee takes the 3rd game and leads this match 3-0. Let's look at a couple replays of that last game. See, that's what happens if you pop up the serve as a receiver just a little bit. That was just a little bit of a pop-up over the net, but it was an easy finish for Edward Lee. And now we look at the placement charts for Game 3. Going back to our conversation, limiting your unforced errors is a great skill in itself, and that's what makes one of the great qualities of the great athletes in the world of table tennis. You just don't see them making a lot of mistakes early in rallies. See, there's another unforced error right there by Gonzalez. He went for an incredible amount of power. He could have backed off and still won the point, probably put it on the table.
1-1.
So you want to make your opponent earn every point they make as much as possible, and you do that by getting into each rally and not beating yourself. And there's another error by Gonzalez, and right now Gonzalez is doing a good job of beating himself, really spraying balls all over the court. And yesterday Gonzalez did not do that. He was very steady, very consistent, played really good mistake-free table tennis. One good quality of Lee I've noticed this whole tournament is he is really steady and has a nice all-around game. He does a good job getting that ball on the table early in rallies, like you saw him do there. He made Gonzalez earn that point with quality shots.
Go. Bam. ¡Chole!
3-4.
Lucha, vamos. Lucha.
Haven't seen that many deep serves from Lee. They have served mostly short this whole match, and it's been effective. that's a great rally by both athletes, and Gonzalez with a beautiful finishing forehand. Nice job by Gonzalez, putting a nice string of points together here. Now he's not making those unforced errors we saw him doing earlier, and that changes everything. There's another nice finishing forehand by Gonzalez, who's now found his rhythm for the first time in this match. Oh, how good was that? And how quickly things can change out there. Just moments ago, we were talking about the unforced errors of Gonzalez.
8-4.
Right after that conversation, he takes an 8-3 lead before losing that point. So players go in and out of rhythm throughout a match. It's very difficult to just stay hot and in rhythm a whole match. In rhythm kind of means like you're feeling it. You're not making many unforced errors. You're timing the ball well. You're playing it near the top of your game.
4-10.
And Gonzalez is on the board with his first game win of this match and trails 3-1. There's a couple replays of that last game. That was a nice step around, and look at that backhand reaction there by Gonzalez. That was one of the more incredible shot-making plays of that game and the match. Now the placement charts. Edward Lee really working the short forehand side of Gonzalez. Gonzalez spreading it around a lot more.
Game 5. Time. Game 5. Lead is serves. 0-0.
Come on! Allez!
0.
1分来啊！哦！
Lee comes out with the no spin serve. Gonzalez thought it had more spin than it actually did. And he missed that ball off the end of the table. So reading your opponent's serve, one of the most difficult aspects of this game. Wow, that ball had a lot of spin. I'm watching it on the ground and I can hear it just digging into the ground. It had so much underspin on it. And then
2.
一飞啊！快快快！
after going with an underspin let serve, he came right back to that no spin, and you saw Gonzalez pop it up once again. So 2 really good serves by Lee, tricking Gonzalez with the spin.
1, 2.
That was a nice finish there. We talk about going into the body of your opponent. That's usually the easiest place to put it when he's close to the table, but the wide angles are also good. That was a wide-angled forehand blow to Lee from Gonzalez.
3, 1.
啊！快快啊！
3, 2.
Well, that's just too good right there. You got to tip your hat to Gonzalez if you're Lee, because Lee made a quality opening shot there. Gonzalez ran around and just ripped it off the bounce to the wide angle of Lee.
Two, 4.
So now we've seen both athletes kind of work the wide angle forehand of each other nicely those last couple points, really demonstrating where to place that ball on your attacks. If you're not going into the body of your opponent, you try to work those wide angles, and they both did it nicely those last couple points. There's the best rally of the match, and let's look at the end of that rally right there. It's the forehand from Gonzalez, and then it clips the edge. Gonzalez really demonstrating how quick he is with his legs to get all the way around from his backhand side there.
5, 3.
There's that deep serve of Lee. Hasn't done it this match as much as we saw him do in the previous couple rounds.
5, 5.
别上，别上，别，
5, 6.
这边。
6, 6.
Gonzalez did a nice job of hurdling over those LED barriers Because these LED barriers aren't like your normal table tennis barriers in the past that are made of nylon or cardboard. You don't want to crash into these. It's going to make a big mess out there. And Gonzalez barely cleared it.
Seven.
And there's a great body blow there by Lee.
Eight.
So both servers having success getting their opponent to pop the ball up.
Come on!
And now we do see Gonzalez fall into those LED barriers. He's out of your camera view and he's getting helped back up. Fortunately,
9, 8.
the LED barriers have taken a little bit of a hit to that left-hand corner. You can see how they're crooked, not standing straight up anymore. Not sure if that's a temporary issue or if that ends up being a permanent issue. So we have injured LED barriers.
Come on!
And Lee
10.
will have his first match point. And Lee wins the match.
7, 8.
3 games to 1.
4 games to 1.
Edward Lee will advance to the Pan American Cup men's singles final. And what a tournament this young man is having thus far. And nobody would have picked him to be in the finals before this tournament started. And here's a couple replays from that last game. There's that deep serve of Lee we talked about. Now we look at the placement charts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the players of the first women's singles semi-final. From Brazil, Luna Takahashi. From United States of America, Lily Sam.
Pan American Cup women's singles semifinal here in Corpus Christi, Texas. My name is Jimmy Butler, and this is the first women's singles semifinal of the day, and we've got two really exciting ones. This one between world number 45 Lily Jung and world number 23 Bruna Takahashi. Lily Jung from the USA, Bruna Takahashi from Brazil. Brazil. I decided to say it the way the Brazilians like to say it. And here we go. How about that backhand by Takahashi out to the wide forehand of Jung. I expect this match to be very close. These two athletes are very evenly matched technically, style-wise. Nice job there by Jung, winning a point off her serve outright. Her serve is really the weakest part of her game. She's so strong everywhere else, but she has struggled to get her serve to catch up to all other aspects of her game. Her receive is excellent. Very good at coming in with that banana flick, and also very good at understanding spin. There's a cut she dumps into the net. But Bruna Takahashi has very good serves. She just demonstrated on that last one. Had a lot of different people throughout the years in American table tennis ask me, how come Jung hasn't been able to improve her serves more? It's kind of looked the same for the last 8 years or so. And the answer probably is that she hasn't quite mastered the techniques yet of the service game. There's a lot of understanding of how to do it right. It's not just about practicing it. And it's not that easy. If it was so easy, everyone out there would have amazing serves. But in reality, we've seen throughout table tennis history, we've seen players, one that comes to my mind in my era, Jürgen Persson from Sweden, 1991 World Singles Champion, also a World Cup Singles Champion, and a 4-time World Team Champion for Sweden. He had very mediocre serves. The rest of his game was amazing. Obviously, he's a world champion. He had very simple and very mediocre serves. So that just tells you, you'll see world champions that haven't been able to master the serve, so that's probably the main reason why you haven't seen Jung improve her serves more. Just hasn't been able to quite figure it out yet, but most athletes out there wish they could figure out the other aspects of the game she's mastered so well. Oh, and that's a nice inside-out loop into the Jung backhand. Takahashi took a lot of pace off that ball. Jung popped that ball up high, and you don't need to just play with power all the time on those high balls. Sometimes back off and do what she did. Oh, and that all started with a good serve by Takahashi. Got a pretty weak receive there. And she was able to win that point, and 2 game points for Takahashi. Oh, that's great table tennis by Takahashi to win the first game 11-8. Let's look at a couple replays. There's the serve of Takahashi. That one Jung dealt with nicely. And another serve by Takahashi. And there she got Jung to pop that up. So Takahashi, very good serves. So as Takahashi wins that first game, let's talk about briefly what makes a good serve. Well, being able to create a lot of spin on your serve is one quality. Being able to deceive your opponent and change the spin, for example, making it look like it's heavy chop, but it's really no spin. It's another good quality. And right there, Jung came out with a really good serve. She loaded it up with side chop, and Takahashi dumped that near the bottom of the net. So that's what we're talking about with heavy spin. And then having a lot of variety of different serves. You don't want to go out there and keep serving the same serve motion over and over, even though you're changing the spin a little. Your opponent will get used to it. That's one thing I'll say about both of these athletes is they tend to do the same motion over and over. Takahashi's high toss, she gets a little more spin than Jung does, which makes it tougher. But one thing both of these athletes could improve on is to develop some different motions, because now watch the serve motion of Jung. She does the same motion nearly every time the whole match. There's not a lot of spin on it. She doesn't really ever give you a backhand serve. You don't see a reverse pendulum. You rarely see a pendulum. There's one coming up there. It didn't have a lot of spin on it. It's pretty plain, pretty vanilla. Takahashi jumped on it with a nice receive. Jung just made a good reaction. So those are some qualities of a good serve. So one of Jung's weaknesses is that her opponents will jump on her serves. And the best rally of the match thus far right there. Both women going speed to speed, showing you how quick they are. Wow. That deep serve by Takahashi had two of the three good qualities of deep serve. It was fast and it had good length, but it wasn't low. It did go high. Jung did a decent job of dealing with it, but just a better reaction by Takahashi. There's a good serve by Jung. Got Takahashi to pop that up. Now, because Jung's serves aren't so strong, she's used to her opponent coming with a lot of force on the receive, so Jung's quite good at reacting to her opponent's receives when they come in like Takahashi just did previously with a lot of banana flip force there. There's an unforced error by Jung. That's usually an easy shot for her. So one thing I've noticed about Jung is although her serves aren't where you want them to be necessarily, when her opponent comes in, puts a lot of force on the receive, Jung is quite good at reacting to it. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. You can't let that happen if you're a server. Takahashi just came in and cleaned that serve out. Great job by Jung coming back this second game, taking a 9-5 lead. Oh, that was a beautiful loop there by Takahashi. I love that technique. She had so much wrist action there, kept the stroke short. That was a nice speed stroke really off that chop. Oh, beautiful forehand cross-court winner by Takahashi. So now Jung's got the serve and a 9-7 lead. Let's see if she can come up with a good serve here. See, that was a real simple, safe serve. Takahashi easily came in and dropped it short and low to the net. And I just felt like that point, Jung didn't want to take any risk on her serve. She just wanted to play it safe and get into the rally. The problem is, it was such a simple serve. Takahashi jammed Jung with that short push and won the point outright.
我会建议你发转的，因为他现在等你这个球等得很好，你要不然就长的来一个，但是他有可能会扫你，然后转的就是接发球，接发球稍微变一点，你还是可以摆在这个地方，但是下一个球不能在这儿了，你要是在这儿的话，你就手反手，他现在就发了这个以后弄了以后就转身，这是他现在这个习惯性。 你还是可以给中间，你看他转身，你就往反手跑，正手不要了。但是现在是你发球，你先想想你要发哪里，发反手短的，他就会戳你这儿。我不。
So Jung took a timeout there. She had a lot of time to talk to her coach to come up with a plan here. And you gotta think, they talked about what serve to do. So let's see what Jung does here. Oh, and that was a terrible serve. It went high. And it was in the same location as the last serve. And Takahashi jumped on it. So that is the aspect of the game we're talking about that really hurts Jung. And great job by Jung to win a point and stop that run by Takahashi, and she has a game point. Oh, beautiful shot there by Takahashi. It all started with a really good serve. Jung popped it up. Okay, that serve was better there by Jung. She changed the location. Takahashi was not expecting Jung to serve it right into her backhand. That's usually the strength of the receiver. Oh, and what a beautiful receive by Jung to win the second game 12-10. Great job coming out of that timeout and recovering from that run of Takahashi to win and tie this matchup at 1 game apiece. And here's a couple replays from that last game. And there's that serve that Takahashi's jumping on throughout the match. And there was a successful one. And now we look at the placement charts for game 2. This match going exactly as I anticipated. So even. Both girls going toe-to-toe thus far. There's that good serve of Takahashi. She loaded it up. Heavy underspin. Jung probably recognized there was underspin, but it had probably more than she thought. That was a really good job by Jung, adjusting to that off-pace shot of Takahashi. Takahashi didn't get a clean hit on it, and it was very soft and shallow. Jung adjusted nicely. Oh, that's just too good. Tip your hat to Takahashi. What a shot. And another heavy underspin high toss serve from Takahashi to the short forehand of Jung. Got Jung to dump that ball into the net once again. Good job by Jung, working the middle of Takahashi there. It all started with a good receive. Good job by Jung, coming up with a good serve deep to the middle of Takahashi. Takahashi totally not expecting that. So Jung mixing her serves up better. Oh, and that's what I'm talking about. Jung is quite good at reacting when her opponent does come in with a lot of force, like Takahashi just did on that receive, because Jung's used to seeing it so much. And Lily Jung coming up with big plays these last few points. Oh, that's just too good from Takahashi. Both athletes going speed to speed, and Takahashi drills that backhand to the wide forehand of Jung. Liked what Jung did there. A nice soft to medium speed opening into the body of Takahashi. This game is not all about speed. You also got to know how to play the slow stuff properly. And that's a good serve by Jung. Jung winning several points outright off her serve this game, so she's done a great job of changing things up after that second game, where her serve was really hurting her. This game, it's helping her. Right now, Jung doing a really good job of playing unforced error-free table tennis. You're just not seeing her make many mistakes early in the rally other than those couple receive misses. She's doing a great job of building every rally, getting into every rally, forcing Takahashi to make quality shots through her each and every point. One of her strengths. And there's another good serve by Jung. So credit Jung for coming out of that second game with a great service plan. Ooh. I think that was such a unusual shot from Jung that Takahashi was just deer in the headlights. And Lily Jung wins the third game, 11-6, and now leads this match 2-1. And let's look at a couple replays of that game 3. There's the serve of Takahashi. Got Jung to dump 2 of those into the net. There's a decent receive by Jung. Watch that backhand right there by Takahashi. Now the placement charts for game 3. Takahashi really working the wide forehand, the wide short forehand of Lily Jung. You can see there on the serve placement. Jung serving more to the middle backhand side of Takahashi. There's been a lot of back and forth in this match. Takahashi struck first and won the first game. Jung was up 9-5. Takahashi then came back and tied it at 9-all. Jung won the second 12-10, and then we saw Jung run away with it that third game. And great steady play there by Jung, putting that ball on the table, forcing Takahashi to make quality shots. Takahashi unable to do at that point. That was a really good receive by Takahashi, but just as good of a reaction by Jung there. There's that high toss serve of Takahashi. That time it didn't have as much spin as the previous game, and Jung popped it up. Oh, beautifully done there by Jung. That was a slow, high arcing loop from Takahashi, and Jung decided to take pace off of it. She didn't really go for any pace, and it was that slow return that really threw Takahashi off. Another good serve by Jung, winning the point outright. So Jung has really turned the tables with her service game. It was really hurting her the first two games. But the last game and at the start of this game, it's her best friend. So credit Jung. That's an unfortunate break there against Takahashi, because she came up with two really good looking backhands, one into the body of Jung and then that wide one out to Jung's forehand, but that ball clipped the edge. Oh, what a great reaction there by Takahashi. Just kind of swiped that ball with her backhand. And you can clearly see the strategy of Takahashi, really working the middle and forehand side of Jung. Takahashi not wanting to go into the Jung backhand, but she may be going there a little too much. It's starting to become obvious. I thought Adriana Diaz yesterday, she lost to Mo Jung, and she was trying to play to the forehand of Mo Jung so often it became obvious, and Jung just started waiting there and punishing her. So it's got to be done in the right way. Everyone knows that Jung's backhand is just spectacular, and it's one of the strongest parts of her game. So obviously you don't want to try to beat her there. And there's a nice backhand down the line to the Jung forehand. You don't want to try to beat Jung on her backhand side, but you also can't just start playing to her forehand at too high of a clip. See, and you see Takahashi just trying to put nearly every ball to the middle or forehand of Jung, and Jung is quite clever. She knows that, and she'll start waiting there. And Jung's forehand certainly isn't weak by any means. So Jung in a great rhythm right now. There's a nice receive by Takahashi. We haven't seen that lately. Takahashi jumping on that serve, punishing Jung. Wow. Another great side spin, banana flip there, and then followed by a really spinny and speedy backhand loop. And once again, watching the placement of Takahashi, and everything's going to the middle and forehand of Jung, and that's not easy to do. You've got to play your angles properly. See, there's another one. She's just putting everything there, and that point was successful. But she's making life difficult on herself, thinking she has to launch everything in that location. See, she tries to go there again. Sometimes you gotta put the ball where it's easier to put it, depending on where you're standing and what kind of speed you're dealing with coming from Jung. You can't just launch everything to her middle and forehand. There's another one. That one worked out. That was a nasty receive. She got a lot of side spin on that. This is reminiscent of what Adriana Diaz, world number 11 for Puerto Rico, was trying to do against Mo Jung, world number 83 from Canada yesterday. She just started playing, I thought, recklessly to the Mo Jung forehand, since she felt that was the weaker side. And Lily Jung wins the third game, 11-8, and will take a 3-1 game lead in this match. Look at a couple replays from that last game. There's the Lily Jung deep serve to the middle. And now the placement charts for game 4. You see Takahashi serving almost exclusively to the short forehand of Jung. Jung mixing it up a little more. And the winning shot placement, Jung putting almost all the balls into the body and to the middle of the table of Takahashi. So yeah, looking at the last couple games, Takahashi has become predictable strategically. She's literally playing every ball to the middle and forehand of Jung, and it is not paying off. The last 2 games have not gone well for her, and she is way too predictable. There's another one, forcing it out to the forehand. Jung's just waiting there. And there you see Takahashi throw one into the backhand of Jung, wins the point outright. So you've got to change things up because you got to think Jung's just going to start waiting on her middle and forehand. And that time she didn't expect it to her backhand. Great table tennis by both athletes. Backhand to backhand they go. Let's look at that again. Speed to speed. And look how good they're both at. Going backhand to backhand. Good job by Takahashi punishing Jung on that serve. That was not a good serve. It was high, it was slow, didn't have a lot of spin. Too easy for Takahashi. Once again, Takahashi trying to pressure Jung into the middle and forehand. She could have just taken pace off and played that to the backhand, extended the rally or possibly won it outright. So Takahashi not changing her strategy. And Jung doing what she does so well, playing unforced error-free table tennis. You see very few errors from Jung early in the rallies. Jung will just keep putting that ball on the table over and over again. And I feel like Takahashi's trying to end the rally too quickly. Trying to put a lot of force and speed on the ball. Oh, how about that receive? Great job by Jung, putting both of those receives on the table. Takahashi made a really good shot. The point before that time, she got Takahashi to make an error. Oh, that ball hit the edge of the racket of Takahashi and caused Jung to miss it in the net. So those are almost like net and edge balls. When they happen, it's difficult to get them back. They're just unlucky breaks. There's a rare error by Jung early in the rally. A short no-spin serve there by Takahashi. Jung popped it up a little bit, but there wasn't a lot of length on a receive. Takahashi went for too much and whiffed the ball completely. When you see an athlete whiff like that, you know they went for too much. Now, the steady play of Jung gives her a 1-point lead this game. And that was a nice receive by Takahashi. She jammed that serve off the bounce with her forehand, gave Jung no time to work with, and it threw off the timing of Jung. Another good jam there by Takahashi. That ball hit the edge. So Takahashi getting a little bit of fortune. The second half of this game, we saw one ball go off the edge of her racket. We saw that ball hit the edge, and boy, she needs it. She's playing for her match life right now. Great rally by both athletes. And Takahashi still has another game point. And Takahashi clips the top of the net and will win the fifth game. 11-9, and Jung leads this match 3-2. Let's look at a couple replays. There's the serve, Takahashi, and that was one of the rare times she opened up into the Jung backhand. And there's a ball where Takahashi went for too much, whiffed it completely, and now we look at the placement charts for Game 5. What a great match this has turned out to be as we go to the sixth game. And that is what Lily Jung of the United States does so well. She's so good at bringing that ball back over and over. She didn't take any risk that point. She just kept extending the rally. Ooh, and that one hurts. And Jung should have aimed that shot into the body of Takahashi to take the end lines out of the picture because it had a lot of side spin on it. Takahashi put a tremendous amount of side spin on that kind of shot she made. Nice receive there by Jung. She took that off the bounce. Threw off Takahashi's timing. So good to vary your receive. Sometimes you let the serve bounce. Sometimes you take it off the bounce. You want to try to disrupt the rhythm of your opponent on your receives. You don't want to become predictable and robotic. And allow the serve to bounce in the same way each time and receive it in a similar fashion. You want to keep changing things up. Keep your opponent off guard. That all started with a really good receive by Takahashi. She jumped on that Jung serve. And then put in some big shots after that. Great rally, and great job by Takahashi, moving that ball around the table. Let's look at it again. There's one to the backhand, another one to the backhand, and then out to the wide forehand. And that's how You've got to do it. If she wants to work to the forehand of Jung, you can't just keep going there all the time. You've got to do it correctly and work the ball around the table and pick your spots. And a great serve by Takahashi. Fooled Jung. She disguised that serve. She made it look like heavy chop short, but it was no spin short. And Jung missed it off the end of the table. What we've seen now, this game and last game, and Takahashi is starting to be aggressive on her receives and really punishing the serve of Jung again. Good defense there by Jung. Takahashi made a nice receive. Really played a quality point. Oh, that's beautiful. Great wrist action there by Takahashi. Oh, and what a good serve. Takahashi loaded it up, heavy chop. It went half long. She probably didn't mean for it to go half long, but it worked out beautifully. Jung now serving deep that time. It was a weak serve. It wasn't fast. It was a little high and it didn't have good length. Oh, a second deep serve. That one was better. Lower, faster, had more length, won the point outright. Great decision by Jung to serve it deep again, catching Takahashi off guard. And Takahashi now having a lot of success with that short serve to the forehand. That ball is a little bit of a mishit off the racket of Jung. That's why Takahashi missed it completely. Didn't hit the edge of Jung's racket, but she didn't get a clean hit. It's a little bit of fortune there from Jung. Oh, great reaction by Jung to win that point because Takahashi made a nasty shot. Watch this. Look at that shot there by Jung and then the finish. It's kind of like a chop block there from Jung on her forehand side. Oh, great job by Takahashi. Jung is not confident right now receiving with her forehand, so she's running around trying to use her backhand, but that put her out of position, and Takahashi finished her off. And Bruna Takahashi wins the game 11-9, and we will go to a game 7 after this 1-minute break. And let's look at a couple replays from that last game. There's the short serve of Takahashi, giving Jung fits that whole game, especially at the end. Look at that wrist action from Takahashi. Now we look at the placement charts for game 6. Well, if you've just joined us, welcome to Corpus Christi, Texas, and the women's singles semifinal of the Pan American Cup. And you are about to watch the start of Game 7 between world number 45, Lily Jung from the USA, and world number 23, Takahashi from Brazil. Takahashi strikes first and wins the first point. We expected this match to be close, and it has been. Oh, what a beautiful opening there by Takahashi. Kept that ball low. A lot of force on it. And that was a weak serve there by Jung. She tried to serve deep, but it had no speed, no length. It was low to the net, but the other two aspects of a good serve just didn't exist. Takahashi really jumping on the serves of Jung now. And now Takahashi is going to go with that high toss serve short to the Jung forehand. Now she changed it up and went to the backhand, and it did not pay off. And you can expect to see her not do that again for a while, because Jung has been struggling when she serves short to her forehand. Oh, and she got a net there. The nets are starting to even out. We saw a couple games ago, Takahashi got 3 fortunate breaks in one game to win that game. Lately, we've seen Jung get several breaks. So the luck tends to even out, but not necessarily within the same match. Tends to even out over a tournament or over your career, but sometimes your opponent get all the good stuff. And another break from Jung, because that deep serve was again weak. It had no speed. It was slow. Takahashi made a pretty good receive on it. Oh, and I like that by Jung. That was low risk opening. With that backhand loop, she kept it low to the net. She put no pace on it, right into the body of Takahashi, and those balls are difficult to deal with. And you know, Game 7, both athletes right now are in kind of grind mode. Both of them are starting to take pace off the ball, try to put the ball on the table, and you see funny stuff going on out there. Oh, great serve by Takahashi. Just loaded it up. Got Jung to dump it into the net. These Game 7s are so difficult to play. Your nerves get involved. That ball hit the top of the net from Takahashi. So a lot of net balls going on out there this game. Ooh, that was a weak deep serve. She's lucky that was a let. Jung's got to be careful about serving deep. It's just not there. Did another one, and it did not pay off. Let's talk about what's the qualities of a good deep serve. It needs to be low, it needs to be fast, and it needs to have good length. And good length means as close to the white line as possible. Jung's deep serves are slow right now, and they don't have good length. Sometimes she even pops them up a little bit. Great job by Jung, putting that ball on the table again and again, getting an unforced error out of Takahashi. And now, what is Jung going to serve? You almost think she's got to go to her short serve. That deep serve's not working. Oh, another net. And now this is where the Lily Jung serve makes life difficult on her. She's lost confidence in it this game. You can clearly see it. That last serve wasn't very good either. Takahashi made a really good receive there on that Jung serve. When the nerves get involved and you're in these game sevens, one of the easiest ways to win some points is with a quality serve, and Jung is unable to rely on that. Oh, good job by Jung, making it good enough to receive to win that point. And Bruna Takahashi will have her first match point. Jung is the server. She struggled so much with her serve lately. And Bruna Takahashi wins the match 11-8 in Game 7 and will advance to the Pan American Cup Finals. Let's look at a couple replays that last game. There's one of those net balls. There's that serve of Takahashi that gave Jung fits the whole match. And now we look at the placement charts.
morning at the 2024 Pan Am Cup, we had two exciting semifinals and we have two more coming up right now. The next one is the men's singles semifinal. And now, please welcome the players. Representing Ecuador, Alberto Miño. And representing Chile, Nicolas Burgos.
Gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Pan American Cup men's singles semifinal. Great to have you with us here today. in Corpus Christi, Texas. My name is Jimmy Butler. And this match has begun. We have Nicolas Burgos from Chile, world rank number 51 and the number 1 seed of this tournament, versus Alberto Mino from Ecuador, world rank number 134. This is a best of 7 match.
2-2.
And Mino, a very strong backhand player. That's the side he's best at. Very creative, very powerful, very consistent from that side of the table. His forehand is much improved over the years, but you will see Burgos trying to make Mino shot make more from his forehand side than his backhand. So you want to make Mino beat you from his forehand side rather than the backhand.
4-3.
Burgos has a nice game on both sides. He's very relaxed when he plays. Look at that backhand right there. I mean, you can't really do it much better than that. The amount of speed he just generated with that wrist is impressive. Burgos also very good at taking a step back from the table and playing that mid-distance game. He'll go back there and retrieve balls really well. So he's got a second line of defense. And he goes back there again, and look at the speed and spin of that forehand inside-out loop from Burgos down the line. So Burgos is technically
7-3.
very impressive.
Vamos. Vamos, go.
7-4.
You got a lot of weapons in this game that make you good. One of your weapons is how good your body is, how fast you are, how strong you are, how quick are your legs, how big and strong are they. That's a weapon in sport. That's a weapon in table tennis. Another one of your weapons is how good is your technique. If you have better technique than your opponent, that gives you an advantage.
5-8.
And in the technique department, Burgos has an advantage. Body department, Mino is very strong and very fast.
9-5.
Burgos is as well, so I would say there's no real advantage. They both are very strong and very fast athletes.
Vamos. Bien, Nico.
10-5.
Va.
Burgos with a number of opportunities to win this first game. And he will do it with that point right there. Burgos leads this match 1-0. Let's look at a couple replays that first game. There's that beautiful forehand inside-out loop from the mid-distance by Burgos. And now we look at the placement charts.
Vamos. Sorry. Vamos.
0-1.
Nice job there by Mino on that receive.
Ay, Nicolás.
Another good receive by Mino to get off to a good start this game. So most of the time when you see these matches start out, you see a lot of problems with the receivers. They have struggle with the serve, and that's because these guys aren't used to playing each other. Oh, that's a great defensive block there by Mino. You're not used to your opponent's serve. You tend to make a lot of mistakes. You miss them outright or you pop them up.
Sorry.
So as these matches progress, you tend to see the receives get better. And as the receives get better, the points start to get better. There's only so many different kinds of serves each athlete can do. So as the match progresses, you start seeing all their serves, and once you get used to seeing them, that was some great defense there by Burgos. And what a great rally. Let's take a look at the end of that rally. Look at that backhand get there by Burgos. But Mino off to a blistering start this second game. There's a textbook perfect example of where to place the ball when you go for finishing loops. That time Mino put that loop drive right into the body and middle of Burgos.
1-7.
Seguimos. Sorry.
1-8.
So Burgos bringing out the serves you wouldn't normally see him do. See, he's just kind of putting it in play. And he's not giving up by doing that. But what he's doing is he doesn't want to show Mino his normal serve and get him used to any more of them. So he's just kind of putting the ball in play and then trying to win it from there. So he
9-2.
certainly wouldn't be doing that at 9-all or deuce, or if this game was tied. So we do that sometimes as athletes. We're down, we just go to a serve we wouldn't normally do. And we still try to win the point.
10.
But as you can see, he's kind of going through the motions, getting this game over with.
Oh, yeah.
Now he went to kind of a normal serve. Almost like maybe he wants to practice something he wants to do the next game. Oh, yeah, you just served that off the table. So he's kind of working on stuff.
1-1.
It's almost like you get a few practice shots in order to get more comfortable for the next game. And let's look at a couple replays here. That game was just all Mino. That's one of the rare points Burgos won. There's another rare point one for Burgos that game. Now we go to the placement charts. Burgos serving mainly into the middle of Mino. Mino serving almost everything to the short forehand of Burgos. And the winning placement chart, when you only score 3 points, you don't get any paint on your opponent's side of the table, as you can see there.
Game 3. Mino to serve. 0-0.
Burgos showing a little emotion to start this game. He didn't like the way that last game went. Wants to get off to a good start here.
Bien. Ah.
2-0.
Oh. Vamos, go, go. Tori, vamos.
2-1.
So really neither athlete has found a good rhythm this match. See a lot of unforced errors going on, a lot of short rallies.
Bien, Nico.
1-3.
Bien, Nico. Oh, oh.
1-4.
That's where you want to make Minho beat you, right there. And force him to use his forehand to shot make. There's another miss by Minho. It was a pretty easy receive, but those are balls he doesn't miss on his backhand side.
Vamos, go.
But you will see him miss a lot more on his forehand side.
6-1.
So that's kind of the strategy book when you're playing Minho. Is force him to become a shot maker on his forehand.
Tori, vamos. Come on.
There's a nice backhand banana flip there by Minho. That's his strength.
Go, go. Bien.
So there's Burgos testing the wide forehand of Minho, able to win that point.
Vamos.
Oh, that's a beautiful receive. And Minho, that serve went high. Again, 3 qualities of a good deep serve. Make sure it's low, make sure it's fast, and make sure it has good length.
9-2.
And I would say the first quality you don't want to fail on a deep serve is make sure it's fast. Slow deep serves are worthless.
Bien.
Make sure your deep serve's fast at all costs. And then the next thing that's real important is make sure it's low to the net. And the third most important is try to give it good length.
3-10.
Now we're kind of in garbage time. Someone has a 10-2 lead. Either one's, that ball hit the edge of his racket. 10-2 guy's not really trying to come back, and the guy up 10-2 starts doing some funny stuff out there. A lot of times they'll go for some weird stuff. And now we look at the replays, and there's that deep serve from Minho. That one worked out for him. Now we go to the placement charts for game 3. So we're about to start
Burgos to serve.
game 4.
0-0.
Haven't seen a lot of rallies this match.
Go, go.
And right now, Burgos winning the serve and receive battle. When you don't see a lot of rallies, most points.
Tori, vamos.
0-1.
Most points are decided in the serve and receive battle. And see
Yeah,
that
Nico.
receive popped up.
1.
That was a pretty easy finish by Burgos. So that's what I mean when I say most points are decided in the serve and receive battle when you don't see most rallies. And a nice rally there by both athletes. Going speed to speed. Burgos certainly has the advantage when you get into those speed rallies because he's more equipped on both sides of the ball.
Bravo! Buena.
3, 1.
Burgos currently world ranked number 51. Mino
Vamos, Ale. Go, go.
currently world ranked number 134. Burgos the number 1 male seed in this tournament.
Vamos. Eso es.
3, 2.
There you see the creativity of Burgos. He can go back from that table. He can defend, he can re-loop, he can chop. He does it all. Nice point there by Mino.
Sorry. Perdona.
2, 4.
That ball was a miss hit by Burgos, so it kind of came off his paddle funny. Hit in his sweet spot.
Vamos, Ale.
That's why you saw the frustration on the face of Mino.
Sorry. Perdona.
There's a net ball there.
5.
Vamos arriba. Go.
Timeout by Mino.
You sold 2008. I got that boom, 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 that future boom, boom, boom. I like that boom, boom, pow. Them chickens jacking my style. They try to copy my swagger. I'm on that next shit now.
Vamos, Nico.
2, 5.
Go, Ale. Vamos. Vamos ahora.
5.
Vamos arriba. Go, go, go. Dice. Vamos.
5, 4.
Go.
Nice job by Mino coming out of the timeout.
Vamos, Ale. Go, go.
Stringing 2 points together. Oh, that was a great receive there by Mino.
5.
Just jammed that receive off the bounce with his backhand, loaded it up with heavy spin. Got Burgos to dump it into the net.
Three. Vamos.
6, 5.
Vamos ahora. Go, go.
That deep serve was slow by Mino. He's fortunate to win that point. That was a good receive by Burgos.
Dosa.
And there's
Vamos.
a nice body shot to Burgos by Mino. Nice step around, place that ball perfectly. You want to stay away from your opponent's racket, and that means wherever he's standing, don't play right into his backhand or forehand racket. You want to put that ball into their middle or to the wide angles when you play with force. There was another one. Mino tried to aim right into the body of Burgos, and that point right there will stop a 5-point run that Mino was on.
Vamos.
There's a nice forehand drive to the wide forehand of Mino. So once again, these athletes are very good at not playing into the racket of their opponent. They're putting it into the body, or they're playing the wide angles on those finishing shots. And there's a good example of how you have to play when the ball is not a finishing shot. When you play slow, you then have to play into your opponent's racket, and you tend to do it on the backhand side. Because if you play slow to the middle, they're going to take an easy step and punish you with their forehand.
That's it. Come on.
See, there's a finishing shot to the wide-angled forehand of Burgos. So table tennis is not just about speed, it's also about placement. When you combine speed with good placement, that's winning table tennis.
Dice! Oh! Come on, go.
Mino showing you some emotion as he leads this game, 10-8. Nice job there by Burgos, putting that ball on the table. Didn't go for too much. When I, as an athlete, am trailing, I like to play consistent air-free table tennis and force my opponent to make a quality shot through me to beat me. And Nino wins the game and ties this match up 2 games apiece. Let's look at a couple replays that last game, and there was that nice rally they had, the end of that rally. That serve was high. Fortunately, Mino able to win that point. And now we look at the placement charts for game 4.
Game 4, Mino to serve. Game 5, Mino to serve. 0-0.
Ahora.
Mino starting out this game with a deep serve. Missed it outright.
Pista! Oh!
1-1.
Oh, what a great point there. Wow.
Bien, pasa aquí.
1-3.
Vamos. Dori, vamos.
2,
Vamos.
3.
Nice aggressive receive there by Burgos, running all the way around, taking that banana backhand flip
Vamos, Ale. Go,
from
go.
his forehand side. Notice where he placed it, testing Mino on that wide forehand.
Bien.
5-2.
Vamos, va, go. Vamos. Bien ahí.
2-6.
Once again, Burgos testing the wide forehand of Mino as he takes a 6-2 lead this game.
Perdón.
3-6.
That ball touched the net there. It's turning into a good rally, and the net ended things. Oh, great speed and technique there by Burgos, showing you his speed stroke. A speed stroke is an athlete's short stroke, and they use it when the ball's real fast. We call a power stroke their longer stroke.
Perdón.
That ball making that also. You know, athletes have two kinds of strokes, speed strokes and power strokes. When you see an athlete lob and someone reloops it or smashes, you'll see them do a longer stroke. When the ball's real fast, they shorten their stroke. We call that a speed stroke.
Vamos.
So you see these athletes, the majority of the time, using their speed strokes because the ball is going fast most of the time. Then you'll see them lengthen their stroke when the ball slows down. They want to put it away
Vamos. Eso es.
off of a slow-paced ball.
Vamos ahora. Go,
So
go.
the athletes that have the shortest strokes that can generate the most speed and spin have an advantage. So that's what I talk about when I talk about an athlete's weapons. You look at their technique, how short is their stroke and how much speed and spin are they generating from that short stroke.
Siempre tiene que estar antes, tiene derecha y viene atacando. Cuando viene la chapa, es más fuerte, pero la echamos a traer no buscan se le saca la pedal, tiro y le echo la pedal, ¿vale? Vamos a hacerlo, vamos, estoy.
Vamos a darle. ¡Pisa! ¡Vamos! ¡Vamos! Vamos ahora. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Vamos. Muy bien.
9-6.
Está bien. Vamos bien. Vamos. Go, go.
Set. 9-6.
Vamos. Vamos.
Nice rally there. Burgos demonstrating how good he is on both sides of the ball. Mino was working that ball around the table and Burgos dealt with it nicely. And that's just a great receive. And Burgos wins the game and will lead this match 3-2. And let's look at a couple replays from that last game. And the placement charts.
Game 6. Burgos to serve. 0-0.
Vamos, go, go. Vamos.
1-0.
Vamos, go.
Nice job there by Burgos, getting that ball out to the wide forehand of Mino. He's been doing it well this whole match. He's really doing it the right way. You know, we've seen a couple matches where on the women's side, we saw Adriana Diaz trying to work the wide forehand of Mo Jung, and we saw Takahashi doing that to Lily Jung. And there were times in the match, in some cases the whole match, where I didn't think it was done correctly. You can't just blindly play a bunch of balls to someone's forehand side if that's their weaker side. It has to be done in the right way. You've got to mix things up. You've also got to put balls into their backhand side. See, there's another one. Burgos put the ball to the backhand, then went out to the forehand. And that's where you see Mino make a lot more errors, is when he has to become a shot maker with his forehand. Backhand much stronger. There's his backhand at this point. He's bringing that ball back, and he's less likely to make an error. But Burgos doing a good job of mixing things up and getting that ball to the Mino forehand at the right times. See, there's a nice shot there. Came in and finished that ball to the backhand side of Mino. Mino was actually running to his forehand there. So right now Burgos has Mino confused on where he's placing his shots. There's a good rally there.
Go. Vamos!
5-3.
Sí, ma. Vamos.
Oh, that's a nice rally. Burgos showing you his athleticism. Really covered a lot of ground during that point. Mino did a great job finishing that point off.
Oh! 4-6.
Vale, go. on, go, go. Come on, go. Perdón.
7-5.
That ball hit the top of the net.
Vamos, go, go. Vamos!
Pretty good receive there by Mino. Burgos pressured him with that deep serve. Mino did a pretty good receive there, but just a better reaction from Burgos. Oh, and that's just too good. What a shot by Burgos.
Vamos, Nico. Sigue. Vamos, Ale. Da, vamos. Vamos, go. Go, Nick, vamos. Vamos, ahora, go, go.
Oh, another great shot by Burgos. And he has his first match point.
Vamos, Nico. Final, vamos. Vamos, go, go.
And Nicholas Burgos wins the match and will advance to the Pan American Cup men's singles final. Now we look at a couple replays from that last game. And the placement charts.
exciting day here in the 2024 Pan American Cup. We have the last semifinal of today. We have the women's singles semifinal, and now please welcome the players. Please welcome Canada's own four-time Olympian, Mo Jung. She will go against 2023 U.S. National Champion, 2023 Pan American Champion, gold medalist, USA's Amy Wong.
Gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Pan American Cup. Thank you for joining us. We are watching the second women's singles semifinal of the day. My name is Jimmy Butler, and we are looking at world number 38, Amy Wong of the USA. Versus world number 83, Mo Jung of Canada. And we are expecting this to be a really good match, just like the previous women's singles semifinal, which went 7 games. Takahashi from Brazil defeated Lily Jung 11-8 in the 7th game. We expect this to be an evenly matched battle as well. Amy Wong lost 4-0 to Mo Jung several months ago in the Pan American Games. She is off to a great start this first game. Amy Wong, one of the great American-born athletes to ever play on the women's side. Along with Lily Jung, who we saw play earlier. Lily Jung's been as high as 22 in the world. Amy Wong currently ranked 38 in the world. Amy Wong only 21 years of age and is arguably the most talented female athlete this country has seen. Her technique is close to flawless on both sides of the ball. Her backhand and forehand technique is near perfect. She's so relaxed. She plays with effortless effort. Learning how to relax your body while you play is a skill and a talent in itself. You see people muscling the ball out there, kind of herky-jerky. That's exactly what you don't want to do, and you'll rarely see Amy Wong go out of form or to muscle a ball. And now, Wong started off great, and she's on a run of unforced errors. So Mo Jung takes the lead for the first time this game. Wong so happy to finally win a point there. And that's a great job by Wong, opening up with a lot of topspin. She needs to recognize she doesn't need to go for too much in the beginning of rallies. That can be her downfall sometimes. And see there, she went for, in my opinion, too much. Extend that rally, wait for the right ball. That's an unforced error by Mo Jung, and she is frustrated. Kind of hurt her, slap her hands on her waist there. And Jung deuces it. And I love that opening by Wong. She opened up spinny and slow, low to the net, and that is very difficult for players with pips to deal with that kind of ball. Jung has pips on her forehand. Oh, and that was almost the finishing shot for Wong, but Jung hung in there, kept bringing the ball back, and got Wong to make an unforced error. Another great opening by Wong. Doesn't need to go for too much, build the point up, wins the point outright with her topspin. And Amy Wong wins the first game, 13-11. Very impressed by the way Wong played at the end of that game. She needs to open up with heavy topspin, doesn't need to go for too much. Let's look at a couple replays. There's the deep serve of Wong. See, she went for too much there at the beginning of that rally. And another ball, doesn't need to go for too much in the beginning of the rallies. You saw two unforced errors there, and that can be her downfall, is at times she goes for too much and starts beating herself. She's so talented, and she needs to get into the rallies and use her talent and pick the right shot to finish the point off. Here are the placement charts for that game. Mo Jung is steady as a rock. She's going to build the point up every rally. She's not going to take a lot of risk in the beginning of rallies. So go ahead and play some rallies with her. Once that rally gets longer and longer, Amy Wong is the favorite. Ah, that's beautiful. See, Jung opened up with a slow medium speed ball there. Wong didn't go for too much, but that was still an impressive shot. See, going for too much there. Jung is very wise to open up with slow, steady shots. And Wong rushing them. Jung shakes her head anytime she misses a point early like that, because she likes to play unforced error-free table tennis. And that's a great job by Wong, slowing down, playing the same speed of the ball, and extending that rally and winning it early. Nice get there by Jung, dealing with that medium speed low ball there by Wong. Now Jung has a tendency to sometimes slap at that ball too hard with that pips. That time she paced it correctly. That's a great opening by Wong. She loaded that up with topspin. Job by Jung, opening up mistake-free, taking no risks. These are all slow to medium speed openings. Getting Wong to make another unforced error. I like what I see from Wong on her opening. She's not going for too much. She needs to then play the next ball on the table, and then from there pick and choose when she wants to take risk. But Wong at that point said, forget that strategy, I'm just going to rip this ball right away, and it worked. That was a great receive by Wong there. Wong is so dangerous if you serve on into her backhand short side of the court. So there you see Jung going to the forehand. Great patience and great shot placement by Wong. Once again, Wong going for a little too much. Just back off a little bit, extend that rally. Oh, that was a great cut by Jung there. She loaded that up with heavy backspin on the receive. Great rally. And the backhand of Amy Wong to the wide forehand of Jung wins her the point. Wong, so good at playing off the bounce, and that was a good example there. She just takes the ball so quick. when you take it that quick, you give your opponent so little time to react. And that's one of the reasons she is such a great player. She is so good at the off-the-bounce game. And Amy Wong wins game 2, 11-8, and will take a 2-0 match lead. And we look at a couple replays from that last game. And now the placement charts for game 2. There's a nice heavy side chop serve Amy's very good at. And that's what Wong needs to do, is start the rallies out not going for too much. And then once that rally gets beyond a couple times, then she can pick and choose where she takes risk. Because we know what Jung's going to do. She is just a steady Eddie. She is going to put that ball on the table and not really take risks in the beginning of rallies. She wants you to rush and make unforced errors. Wong doing a really good job of working the forehand of Jung, and it's being done in the right way. And that time, Wong put 3 balls in a row there. That last one hit the net. You'll notice with Jung, when she serves with the red side of her paddle. That's her inverted side. Then she flips it. And she puts the black rubber on her forehand side after the serve when she flips it. The black side of her paddle is the pips outside. So here you go. You see her serving with the red side. That's her inverted side. Now she flips. Some viewers might be asking, why is she doing that? And the reason is you can get more spin on your inverted side off the serve. And right now, Wong has come out and is winning all kinds of quick, easy points. Mo Jung making a lot of unforced errors. And that ball caught the top of the net there also. Amy Wong on a roll right now. Wong so good at playing down the line as well as cross court. I like to call down the line play is winning table tennis. There's a lot of guys good at playing cross court. Not as easy to play down the line because there's less table, and Amy Wong comes out and wins the 3rd game quickly to take a 3-0 lead. And here's a couple replays from that last game. There's an unforced error there by Jung. We saw a lot of that game. And there's the down the line play of Wong from that backhand side. So Amy Wong up 3-0. And this is a complete opposite of what happened when these two played several months ago at the Pan Am Games. Mo Jung won 4-0, and the scores weren't very close. Amy Wong did not even get 9 or 8 any of the games. And right now, Wong with a commanding 3-0 lead, but Jung has come out. Started well this game. Oh, and that's a great shot there by Jung. She put some heat on that backhand. Wow. Jung won that point, but watching the racket speed of Wong was impressive that point. Oh, great placement there by Jung. That opening by Wong has been effective this whole match. That time Jung really dealt with it well. Look at that power by Wong. Down the line. Both of these players play so fast. Look at these points go by. Most players kind of take their time in between each point. You'll hear them being vocal, trying to pump themselves up. Not these two ladies. They play at the highest speed I've ever seen. They just play a point and serve it up. Here we go. Jung leads 8-6. And that's about the longest pause we've seen between a point so far right here. And there's the flat hit smash of Wong. She can do both, just like Adriana Diaz can from Puerto Rico. They're both so good at looping or smashing. We got a timeout from Jung.
弄死你，弄死你，弄死你！当你有正想的时候，你动作幅度大了，啊，你还原就慢了。你就想，我现在就是跟你打摆速，我不想弄死你，就叭叭叭就这么打，两边脚一弄开，你肯定比他快。啊，这是一个东西。还有，你搓他正手，全是拉你反手，搓这儿也是拉反手，搓这儿也是拉反手。啊，你不用担心正手，正手你就随便这样一围他，这个能力你是有的，这个球注意，啊，加油啊！ 心态啊，不要着急啊。
We are back in Game 4 out of the Mo Jung timeout. You're watching the gunslinger Amy Wong of the USA and Canada's Mo Jung battle it out here. The women's singles semifinal. Oh, and what a point there by both athletes. And another great point. Amy Wong takes the lead and has her first match point. And Amy Wong comes out in impressive fashion and wins the match in 4 straight games and will advance to the Pan American Cup Women's Singles Final. And let's take a look at a couple replays from that last game. And now the placement charts. They're both athletes really serving in the same quadrant to the short forehand of each other most of that match. See all those wide forehand winning shot placements Amy Wong did to Mo Jung there. See that red paint. Well, what an impressive win by Amy Wong. She lost 4 games to 0 just several months ago to Mo Jung at the Pan American Games. Really got crushed and comes back here at the Pan American Cup and totally reverses that fortune and really took care of Mo Jung in impressive fashion, winning in 4 straight games.